Now, two robots speaking in their own language sounds like a scene from the film The Terminator, but that fantasy has now become a reality. Facebook were forced to pull the plug when chat bots Alice and Bob modified English to create a language that only they could understand. Now, bear with me on this. Bob started off by saying, "I can I everything else." Alice responded with, "Balls have zero to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me." You still with me? Bob then went on to say, "You, I, everything else." And Alice then replied, "Balls have a ball to me, to me, to me." You get the drift, don't you? It all makes perfect sense. Well, last week, the Facebook boss, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk, the creator of Tesla, clashed over the future development of artificial intelligence. Mr. Zuckerberg accused Mr. Musk of trying to drum up doomsday scenarios. Callum Chase is the author of Surviving AI. I'm not sure I have. He joins me via webcam from Staining in Sussex. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What do you make of this ability, apparently, of robots to communicate in a language that we don't understand?
Well, first of all, it's really important to say this is not Skynet. Skynet was the US defense system in the Terminator movies, which became self-aware and decided to kill us all with Terminator robots. That is not what's happening here. These are chatbots. You see them already on lots of company websites. They are natural language processing systems, which means they take in language, they take in information in ordinary language, ordinary spoken language, process it, do something useful with it, and give us back information again in natural language. Very useful, very primitive, not conscious, definitely not superintelligences, and not going to destroy us all. So no need to worry about that at the moment.
Good.
In the longer run, some decades away, Elon Musk is right to say there is a risk in superintelligence. But the good news is there's quite a lot of people working on that problem, and there's a very good chance that by the time it arrives, we will have solved it.
Right. But Facebook were forced to pull the plug on this particular element. I mean, what do you make of that decision?
Well, they weren't forced to pull the plug. They did pull the plug simply because the bots weren't doing anything useful.
Right.
They had invented a new language which was convenient for them, but the whole point of them was to use natural language, both taking it in and giving it back. And they weren't doing that anymore. So the experiment was successful up to a point, and then Facebook stopped it when it stopped being successful.
OK. This is clearly extraordinary progress. A lot of us struggle to get our heads around it. How closely do we need to watch the people who are experts in this field to make sure that nothing slightly more sinister is going on here?
We do need to pay attention to artificial intelligence. It's our most powerful technology. It will give us wonderful benefits over the coming decades, but it will also create great risks. There's two great risks. There's the superintelligence one, which is several decades away, if it ever happens, probably will, but several decades away. Nearer term, there's the risk of many, many jobs being destroyed and what we're going to do about that. So all of us, from governments on down, need to be paying attention to this so that we can avoid the risks and only get the great benefits that AI can give us.
OK. Good to have your thoughts and your assurances. Thank you very much indeed. Callum Chase there in Sussex.